Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Quotes here with another maths challenge for you all, and this one is taken from Youcubed. So you can find them on Twitter at Youcubed, or you can go to youcubed.org if you fancy having a wee look at some of the other challenges that they have. So this task is called Squares Upon Squares, and I'm going to show you three images in a wee second, and I want you to have a think about what you notice. What do you wonder? Image 1, image 2, and image 3. So what do you notice and what do you wonder? How did you see it growing? You'll notice that from left to right, so from image 1 to image 3, it seemed to get bigger. There were more squares in it. And how did you see it growing? Pause the video and have a little scribble or a little think or draw a little picture of how you saw it growing before I show you how I saw it. I imagined that the first picture of the three squares got bigger because there were more squares added underneath, and you can see this with the red squares that I've added. That's the second image, and then the other four squares at the bottom, that then takes me to the third image. So it's almost like it's growing from the bottom up. I then had to think about, oh, how else could this be shown? I then imagined that rather than the squares being added from the bottom, they were added from the side, and it was built up from the side. How did you see it? Did you see it the same way, or did you see it a different way? Could you see it in multiple different ways? So now that we've thought about how the image grows, we know that there's more squares being added to each image as we go along. How many squares are in each picture? And do you notice a pattern at all? In a wee second, I'm going to ask you some questions about these images, and I want you to have a think. Can you draw a picture to help you solve? Remember, in a lot of the tasks that we've done, we've asked you to draw pictures to help illustrate your thinking or for you to visualise a problem and to be able to solve it. And visualising is a really, really important tool in mathematics. Can you spot a pattern with the numbers? And that will help you solve it algebraically. If these shapes were part of a sequence, so if they were part 2, part 3 and part 4, or case 2, case 3 and case 4 of a sequence, how many squares would be in the first case, so the first step of this sequence? How many squares would there be? What about if we looked at case 5 or step 5 in the sequence? How many squares would there be? What about step 8? What case or what step in the sequence would have 55 squares? Can you solve this, as we said, using pictures, or if you're able to spot a pattern with the numbers, can you solve it that way? And can you create some own questions for us to share and to solve ourselves? Have a go. Remember, we love it when you share your work with us, so remember to post at AttainMen on Twitter or use the hashtag TeamMenMaths, or if you want to email your solutions to Mr. Gray, you can find them at gw20graylee@gmail.org. Have fun!